Hey guys, it's Sakura's here video, and today I will be talking about and doing a reaction video to their Lies Vacation premise. And this came on my radar because I say this was like a new project. I was gonna say it did come out of nowhere. It did come out of nowhere, but it seemed like a project they've been working on for like a really long time. And the models of the characters, that's what we seen at first. I think there was just like photos of it, and there was like snippets of videos. There was like PV of like each character. So the V's Vacation game is going to be a series project immersive romance adventure game released in early 2025 to PS4, PS5, Steam, and Japan and Asia. So that means it's going to be region locked again. It's gonna be region locked, and I watched a video on why it's probably region locked, and it's part of the reason why because of the controversy with their Live Extreme 3 and their Live Extreme the first game, and they also had a second game as well. They also had another game called their Live Game Fortune. I think it was their Live Extreme Fortune, and a lot at that time, the gaming industry at that time, a lot of it was criticized because of how they portrayed women. And I'm guessing how the developers or like the people who are making the game saw it and that individual team. I'm guessing the people who made their Life Extreme is not part of, maybe, but I'm guessing they're not part of their Life, the fighting game series instead of the fan series games. I'm pretty sure they saw this and they're like, oh, we saw this backlash, so we're gonna limit the fan service games, and we're just gonna region lock it only to Japan, which is unfortunate because I did want to try the game. I do remember, if I can remember, I did remember seeing the game back in the day in GameStop when it was still in stock. I'm guessing that was at the time it was like not it was I heard it was like in like sale only for like a limited time before it got like only it became like region lock. So that would make sense why the main franchise of the game is just like Japan based only, and there's no Western because they don't want the backlash. But then they're alienating their audience for like who are interested in the game, but also they didn't really do anything for their Live 6 because it was not really a good game. The game felt too short. The story is kind of all over the place. Like I thought the story for me, I think the story was really good for their Life 5 last round, but for the game it's just like their Life 6 I thought it would improve upon it, or they'll talk about like each character, especially Honoka, which was like a talking point for like a lot of characters, and she has like the red powers, so everyone was just speculating on how who's her mother, or if she's related to the character Rido that was supposedly dead and he came back to life. So yeah, that could have been like an interesting plot point, but unfortunately they didn't really touch upon it. I only remember playing the demo of the game because it was out for demo and everyone was so hyped for the game. Until the full game came out, people were not really recommending people to get the game, even for longtime fans, not to get the game. So I didn't really get the game either because I was like, oh, I really feel like I waste my time, even though it was so funny because I paid for like at least all the characters. I paid for all of the characters for their live and the demo game, but I can be able to access like the story mode, which I saw the story mode in like the YouTube. In YouTube, it wasn't really like that interesting. It doesn't really feel like they progress or in the story or any character, especially for Hanoka. I was really expecting them for like their life 6 to explain how she met Maria Rose and how she got this power in the first place, or like how she figured it out in the first place, but unfortunately there was like no explanation. It just showed her hang. I think they did show her from what I seen. They showed her how they met, kind of how they met Honoka and Maria Rose. So that was it, but they didn't really explain how she got this power. and she can copy like people's abilities and ninjas, but she can't really do that. But that really wasn't explained more, so yeah, I'm guessing that's why they took a back seat. Everyone was really excited, but everyone was just like disappointed because it was just not a great game to play, and it can get boring very fast. And I got bored of it very fast too, just because I think when the hype went away and they didn't do any updates, people lost interest in the game, and I unfortunately lost interest in Dead or Alive 6. Many people are hoping for Dead or Alive 7. Maybe I heard it's in the works, and from what reports I seen, there was Dead or Alive 7 in the works, but it got cancelled, so I hope maybe everyone was hoping that maybe the fan service game can make enough money so they can improve upon Dead or Alive 7. Or I seen one person who was talking about this game too as well, and talked about the history of Dead or Alive, say they can like keep it separate, which I agree with. They should really keep between these series separate. It could be like their own instead of using their live name, because it muddies the water. Because every time you tell people you play their live, they think of fan service games instead of the actual game. So I feel like they should just call it Venus Vacation and leave their live out of it. And if they want to use their live, they will have to like use their live 7 of the game, the fighting game version. And a lot of people said that the storyline is kind of a mess. And from how I'm looking at it, it is kind of a mess. So they could probably like reboot it or something, or remake like the first Dead or Alive game. They could make the first Dead or Alive 1, 2, and 3 and 4 if they wanted to. I feel like they could if they wanted to, if they really do, because I need to play those games. My first introduction to Dead or Alive was Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, and that's it, and I didn't previously play the other games. So I'm thinking of getting those games like when I have like money, just to get Dead or Alive 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I already have 5, but I don't have the previous games. But it would be cool if they did like a remake and just updated the model and you could play the game. That would be very cool. But I'm not sure if they want to do that, or that would be cool, but I'm not sure if Koei Tecmo would do that. But let's get into it.
そうだ、オーナー。実はね、次のお休みの日なんだけど。
So this is like an immersive adventure game. But a lot of people said it's going to be a visual novel game. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me, because I was like, it doesn't really seem like an adventure type game, because when I think adventure, I think of like JRP type games, so I was kind of confused. I'm still kind of confused on them calling it a romance adventure game. I'm probably thinking of combat oriented. Maybe it's probably not combat, it's just like romance and just like visual novel and stuff like that. But that would be cool if they did have that, but oh well. The Misaki is pretty cute. She's very adorable. Gamification developed extreme. Someone said level up your loneliness. Because the tagline for Koei Tecmo is level up your happiness. Someone put in the comment, level up your loneliness. I can't. It's so funny. It's level up your loneliness. I do wish they did Dead or Alive 7. I really do hope. Maybe I'm having a little bit of hope. Copium, maybe. I really do hope, because I really want to play Dead or Alive again. How pretty.
知ってる？七色の光に願った二人はずっと。せっかくだからオーナーのことをもっと教えてよ。ね。いいでしょ？
So from what I've seen, it looks like they're gonna move away from what people speculate. They're gonna move away from the Dead or Alive girls, and they're just gonna focus on like the Venus girls, which is, I think it's a good idea, because maybe they realize they want to separate their like series of games and not putting their girls. I feel like no one would mind if they put the girls in the game, but it has to be separate. and they can't bring in the character like Tamaki in the game. I remember being so confused on why they brought Tamaki in the game because she was just a Venus Vacation character, and I was so confused like why you bring her in the game? You could have brought in a new character or someone from like the past, maybe from our old games, maybe, but they brought, or they could have created a new character, but they brought in Tamaki, which is the most confusing thing. I think she had a mixed reception. From what I seen, other people were happy, and the other people were just confused or didn't like her. I was one of the people that was just confused, like why is she here? She's just supposed to be in Venus Vacation, not in Dead or Alive, because she didn't really indicate that she can fight. She is like a fashionista, if I remember. She's a fashionista, and she likes to drink, so I was kind of confused. I was like, why is she in there? But I do hope that maybe they can like stop mingling their life with their life education girls, because I think that's what got people confused on what they're doing with the series as a whole.
ずっとお慕いしておりました。オーナーさん、この島、本当に素敵な島ですね。これからは。
But a lot of people were confused, like, oh, they didn't have Maria Rose because Maria Rose and Honoka are the cash cows in the game, but for some reason, Maria Rose wasn't in the game, which I'm confused too, but maybe they're going to put her in the game as a DLC, or maybe the other girls as DLC, or they just add them in as the game progresses. I'm guessing because Koei Tecmo does love their microtransaction, so I am guessing that they're going to do that. Maybe, I'm not sure, but from what it seems like they only have 5 girls in the game, and most of them consist of like Venus Vacation girls and 1 Dead or Alive girl. So maybe, because I remember people asking them for Dead or Alive Venus Vacation. It did take them a long time to add in the main girls for Dead or Alive. So maybe they are trying to focus on the Venus girls because not a lot of people are interested.
直接指導を行います。
And Ellis was in the game, which I was so surprised.
じゃあ、
It's
二人っきりで
Those are the
楽しみ
characters
ましょ
I'm
う。
really surprised
ちょっ
are
と
in the
くらい
game.
なら
Misaki not really because she is the mascot for Dead or Alive Extreme.
この後どうしようか。
Yeah, it's definitely a visual novel point and click game.
初めて
Probably not like a point and click game, maybe.
これでいいですか？
Maybe to explore.
ちょ
Not
っと
sure.
楽しいかも。
Ooh, very pretty.
流星群一緒に見に行こうね、オーナーさん。
Very cute. Yeah, looks like, oh, there's a date right here. 2025-3/6. I'm not sure that entails, so maybe it's going to release 2025. Didn't really say a date, so 3/6. Not sure what that's going to release, but
では失礼します。
very
美味しい
cute.
ですか？
Although a lot of people complain about their model looking very weird, and I'm guessing because they're using, like, the model right here looks fine, but in the game it kind of looks weird, so I'm pretty sure they're using like a new engine. I'm not sure which engines are they using to create this dating simulator game, but they're definitely using a new one, and it makes the characters look very weird and jarring to compared to Dead or Alive's Venus Vacation, because it does look very jarring, maybe because we're so used to it, but it does look very weird.
このミント味のところ。はじめまして。私はエリーゼ。直接は初めてお目にかかります。
I think she's also a teacher, if I remember her occupation.
これからは直接指導を行います。
She's like a teacher, and she's strict. And someone said that this is supposed to be more of a visual novel game, not a volleyball game, so it's going to be completely different from Venus Vacation mini games and events. So this is going to be more of a visual novel game, so it's focusing on the characters that can have original romance plots, which is the most of the original Venus, which makes sense if they want to focus on the Venus girls. They're like the Dead or Alive Venus Vacation girls. Not the Dead or Alive Venus Vacation girls, but the Dead or Alive girls in general.
美咲ちゃんも
And here's Hanaka. I'm actually very sad that she's not gonna like. There's like no mention of her powers in like this game. It would be interesting if she talked about her past because we know nothing about her, unfortunately.
オーナーくん意外と積極的なんだ。そういうの嫌いじゃないわ。じゃあ二人っきりで楽しみましょう。
Yeah, they do kind of look stiff. Yeah, they look very stiff, but since it's like an early stage development, I hope it doesn't look that stiff. And that is it. And they did show gameplay of it, so I'm gonna check that out. Maybe. Let's see if I can talk long enough in the game. Any interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, videos like these, and I see you guys next video. Bye, little roses.